Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So today I would like to clarify the basic of Qigong meditations, Buddhist meditations, Taoist meditations, and Qi or alchemists, traditional Chinese medicines, Qigong practice, Confucianism's Qigong practice, once for all for you. Why is this important? This is important, actually it is critical, because if you don't know this, it is a mess. And it is not likely you get anywhere else. And like today, people talk about Qi, but they mix up with the New Age thinking, and suddenly they get these vibrations, and then they suddenly get this belief, and then they suddenly get this awaken. All sort of, it is a misleading, okay? So I want to show you this once for all. As soon as it is a Chinese system, Chinese platform, Taoist, Buddhist, traditional Chinese martial art, traditional Chinese medicines, or Confucianism, from the Confucians, it is this, okay? It boils down to this today. We in Silicon Valley have this model. So, with this reference, you can know where you are, what are you trying to do. It is actually unacceptable for researcher in the university getting all kinds of results, but you know that is violating this. Okay, this basic. The Chinese have 1,000 years of technology into this. Okay, the issue is that because they don't model it, and sometimes the presentation is mystical, so people have no idea what it is, and it's like so far away, so close but so far. It's like you're not reachable, and then when it is not reachable, then you get into this belief, and then it get this kinds of what poetic or mysterious beauty there. You know, it's like how to say that, it's like something, if this is blur and not clear, then you say, oh, it's so beautiful, I like it, but you don't know what it is. Okay, and then as soon as people tell you this is the most powerful, this is most spiritual, this is blah blah blah, and then you buy into it, well, what is going to help you? I know out there, and I know a lot of friends who works really hard, burnout, anxiety, all kinds of stuff, and then get into the Qigong and so forth, so forth. Well, but will it help? And some even don't go to the what do you call that? The Western medicine, which is scientific proven for most part of it. And it is pretty sad to get into that. So let's go for it, okay? Use this as a reference. If you don't use this as a reference, you're going to screw up. Why do I know? I spent 40 years in this. And I'm not kidding around, because I have diabetic type 1, okay? If I screw up anything, my blood sugar is going to shoot up. And then you know that all diabetic type 1 people, you know, it's very tough to keep this health. You have all kinds of complications. That's why I want to sort it out, so everybody can know this on me. Here on, nobody should suffer on this, on the get to mislead on things. Okay, you need to know where you are. Otherwise, what are you practice? You need to know where you go, and all those kind of stuff. Okay. So let's speak with heart, not speak with mind or try to push you to sell something or anything. Let's speak with mind, with heart, not with the mind. And for all calculation, this is not for commercial, this is education. Okay? Yes, there's a lot of potential in this thing, but we need to get scientific, need to be clear what it is. Now, the first thing, as I have modeled for you guys before, we need to know that the world we live in, the model, okay, the model. So you have, say, here is the intelligence world, where you use the intelligence, you have electric light, you have computers and digital stuff. This is the natural world, where it rains, it have 4 seasons, and human go from birth to death, okay, aging and death, okay. So this is the 2 type of world. Now it's very important to know this, so that you be able to understand what is going on. Now, disregard of it is Qigong, it is meditations, it is internal art, it is Buddhism or Taoism. Disregard of any of this, or traditional Chinese martial. All they have to do one thing as soon as they want to develop it. Develop the energy, the body, the mind. Okay? And that is to get from the intelligence world to the natural world. Okay? Which is, I name it, one need to get into the natural resonance with the nature. You need to drop your thinking, your manipulations, your control, all these things. Drop it, you get into here. Okay? So, when you get into here, to the natural world, the first thing, disregard of your Qigong, blah blah blah, whatever Buddhism, Taoism, healing or anything do, is to get into the state of the breathing and the mind synchronize. Okay, so it's synchronize your breathing and your mind. At that time, you drop all this manipulative stuff and so forth. Okay. If you want to have an experience of this, just think about this state is awakened deep sleep. Okay, so your mind and your breathing, they are synchronized, and it is at this stage. One is doing charging. This state get into a deep rest. So it is a charging state. Okay, it's a charging state. And getting from the intelligent worlds to the natural world into this charging state, or mind and breathing synchronized state. I wrote a book extensively to tell how to handle the physical body, the mind, and the breathing to get it here. Okay? So it's in this book, and you have to be careful. If that thing is not done, you will not get here. Okay? One cannot just jump here counting the breath, all kinds of stuff. You cannot. You have to go into here. Okay? For those who want to know Chinese on this state, okay, it is named as Xin Xi Xiang Yi. In the common, it's called 心喜相依. In a more Taoist term, it's called 神以气和. 神以气和 meaning the spirit and the breathing become gathered together. Okay, they are the same thing. Okay, so one need to get here. Disregard of anything you practice, you need to get here because you need to charge the body, to put the body into the rest so that the body will be able to charge and balance by itself, meaning that you let the nature, the body nature function naturally so that it do its job. Okay, not monkey around with it. Okay. Okay. So when you are in this charging state, okay, as soon as you get in, your energy is going to grow. In the Chinese, that energy grow. Okay, this is is named as the Qi. Is growing. Okay, is strengthening. Qi is strengthening, is growing. Okay. Now, one need to watch out here. For the Buddhist meditations, Buddhist practice, they travel this path. Even though their body energy is growing and strengthening and so forth, they travel the path into samadhi. They travel the path into the samadhi, okay, the samadhi state. And so they stable down. The key point is do not attach to the 5 skandha. Okay, so it doesn't attach to the 5 skandha. It charges the energy and it quiet everything down. It quiet everything down or settle everything down. And it's not attached to the 5 skandha. The 5 skandha of the Buddhism is the physical body or the form, the sensations, okay, and the thinking, all this, okay. It doesn't attach to it. It just ignore those. Okay, it know it exists. It know the energy exists, but it just go with the samadhi, go deeper into the samadhi, and then it not attached to the 5 skandha. There is when they reach the state of when they are not attached to the 5 skandha anymore. That is the awaken. Okay. In Zen, when people talk about awaken, that's what it is. So that's why if you read the Heart Sutra, it says that the Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva cultivate the deep Prajaparamita. Okay, you read that, that's where you get there. Okay, now that is the Buddha's path. Now you need to go watch out really clearly here. Zen Buddhism. Zen always talk about awakening or realizations. Okay, one need to be watch out that realization and awakening, or sudden realization or sudden awakening, the real deal one needs to have these transformations of the body. Okay, if the body is not transformed by the Buddhist practice called samatha, forget about enlightenment. Okay, so Zen enlightenment is not here messing around physical. I'm enlightenment, you're enlightenment. I'm Zen master, you're Zen master. That's called bullshit. Okay, people who really enlighten, okay? Like for example, the patriarch, Chan Patriarch Xu Yun, he had very advanced into the samadhi. That's why he can go to Thailand. You can read history record how many days he can sit in meditations, okay? And when he get beat up by the communists, what do you call it? The communists. You call it the, you know, whatever, you know, the communist people in China. Because he have this, he have really transformed body, mind, and so forth. So he be able to go through a lot of things. Those are real enlightenment. It's not like today, you know, hey, you are Zen master, I'm Zen master, Zen master. What? Bullshit. Can you handle your body? Can you handle your sexual desire? Can you do that? Okay, so when the Zen master said thing is empty, that means they are non-attached. It went through the samadhi state. It's very advanced states. It's beyond what we can think, because we usually think in the intelligent world. Okay, so get that straight. Whether one is not there, you know, come on. So go read Chan Patriarch Xu Yun's life biography. See how much thing he go through, how is his body transformed and so forth. You can read from that. Okay, we cannot do those kind of stuff. Okay, now that is the Buddhist meditation path. So this is the cultivate of samatha. Okay, you want to have some vipassana. Vipassana meaning is on top of samatha. One can be able to detach from the five skandhas, and that is be able to see the impermanent and detach from the five skandhas. It is not over here, oh, I want to have mindfulness, everything is impermanent. But you know what? The thing in you which is observing that impermanent is actually the problem itself. When people go through this path, they actually break all those things. So the entire thing become non-dual on top of here. Non-dual is not here, it's on top of here. Okay? The people's behavior, their body, physical, everything got to change. So this is what it is. It's go through the changing of the wind element, the water element. Wind is your breathing, the water element is your blood circulation, your hormones, your body chemistry, and then your energy, which is a fire element, and then it go up changing the earth element, which is a physical body. They go through that steps or cycle one by one, you know, all this thing. So that is the Buddhism, there's the Zen, you always follow that. Mindfulness is where? Mindfulness is here. At the samatha. At the samadhi there. Not here. Oh, you have to be mindful of this. That's not mindful, that's just pay attention. If you don't have the energy, forget about your attention. When you are sleepy, see whether you'll be able to be mindful. Okay? So really get serious, okay? It's not, don't get yourself into trouble. So this state, okay? Now if people want to have healing in traditional Chinese medicine and so forth, one need to get into this deep breath state. That is the first state, and that is very important state. So in the Chinese, in this state also called Tiao Xi Yang Qi. Tiao Xi Yang Qi means you have the mind and breathing synchronized, and you grow or you strengthen your energy. Okay? Need to go through that. Don't give me all this Qigong, I can do this visualization and all this bullshit. If you do not have the 调息养气, 心息相依, your breathing and mind synchronized, forget about it. Okay, it's monkey business. You never get that. You never develop any Qigong. That's for sure. Okay, you can say, well, I have sensations and messing around. It's here, not here. Okay, now let's go to Taoist meditations and practice. So when the energy start to grow, okay, the energy start to grow, at certain point it is noticeable, like heat, warm, and so forth. The Taoist alchemy take a different path than the Buddhist. Buddhists just drop everything, get to the samadhi, detach from all these 5 skandhas and go. And so they see their body, their breathing, their wind, fire, wind, water, fire, earth. Wind, water, fire, earth. Meaning their body, all transformations. It goes through all transformations, but they don't pay attention to it. They just go detach all their 5 skandhas. So every skandha they detach, their power, their achievement, the attainment the level get higher. The Taoists in general do a different thing. So when it's charging and you can see the chi and everything surface here, and at a certain point it's like your battery when it is charging to some higher level. It's like your battery charging to a higher level. They have a state called the chi and mind synchronized. Okay, in Taoist this is called Shen Yi Mai He. Okay, so at this point the energy start it is very obvious already. Every time you sit in the meditation or do the Qigong, it surface, the Qi surface, the warm and so forth surface, and it start to flow with a certain path naturally. Okay, the key is naturally flow with a certain path naturally. That is this state where they put their mind into the flow of the chi and the flow of the chi, and you just let it, the mind is just let it, follow the flow, not monkey around manipulating it. Okay, just follow, and then it get to another state. Okay, after the mind and the chi synchronize, it get to another state there. One often or one sometimes direct. Okay, so the mind direct the flow of the chi, this state. But one need to have this state, okay, where one's mind is following the natural flow of that chi. Okay. And then one get into this state where one can lead the chi flow. Well, that state is sometimes useful for doing certain things. Like if you want to healing certain thing, you want to help the body, accelerate the body doing something, but that's manipulative. Okay? Now, you need to know anything manipulative will be dissipative. So you need to get back to this charging state. Okay? Now, a misleading in today's world is this. One never get into this One never get into this, but one keeping thinking, oh, you know, if I generate some heat in my body, as soon as I concentrate, then I want to lead my qi go through my du meridians and come down from my ren meridian. That's called the micro orbit. Forget about it. That's not the micro orbit. The real micro orbit practice of the Taoism, the traditional Chinese martial arts, is you get into this state when the energy is charged to a high level, and then the qi flow start to flow in the channel, and when they naturally cycle, that is called the micro orbit or the macro orbit. Got nothing to do with your brain to your intention, your yi to control this, control that. Okay? And so why do you need this direct using your mind, your intention or your yi to like direct it, the energy flow? That is when, say for example, one example is this. One example is when the qi cannot pass through a certain area because it is a blockage there. So one use this intention to try to help it, not to say, well, I want it to be this, that, brute force. No, it's just like using the yi, the intention to point directions. And once you point direction, you drop the yi. You not just go focus on that place. Okay, so there's a lot of advanced manipulation there, which people need to learn. Okay, so that's the Taoist stuff and the Buddhist stuff. Okay, that is how it is. This is what it is. Okay, anything violating this, you know, is trouble. Okay. Now, the flow of the qi, the flow of the qi, or the sensations of the flow of the qi, the Chinese call it mai. Okay, mai. Mai is the flow of the qi. So in Chinese, when people say xiu mai, xiu mai, okay, cultivate the qi flow. That means it is working in the flow of the qi. Okay? So you have to go through here. You see, the Buddhist way, the Taoist way, you need to be clear. And if we never even know this, get into the natural resonance, what are we doing? You say, well, I practice this set, and I can get this, I can get that. What are you doing? And you say, well, sitting down there, mindfulness and all this thing. You never even can get into the natural resonance. So how is that going to be mindful where it is on top of samadhi? Okay? So this is the fact. That's why when I wrote the book Basic Wing Chun Art and Science, remember the 6-13-3? 6 core element, 13 state, and the 3 system key. The last three state, okay? Namely, this is the state 11, okay, which is the qi ready state. Okay, so it's qi ready state. This is state 11, okay? And then over here, this is a state 12, which is when the qi surface state. And then this is the state 13. This is the direct qi state, direct qi flow state. So it is within the 6-13-3 in the Basic Wing Chun Queen Art and Science book, the 6-13-3 there. And for how to get into here, Okay, in the basic Wing Chun Kuen art and science, it tells you some about this to get into the natural resonance, and this one get you more clear into it. Okay. So this is the thing, and we must not get into all this. Oh, I have these vibrations. I see light. I have this philosophy in my interpretation. What? When one do that, one is trapping in the intelligent world. One have never even get into the natural world. One have no idea it is. Okay? So this is to share with you today. So let's get this thing clear up. This is a mess. Okay? Now, for those guys who talk about internal Wing Chun, need to be watch out. In the 1850 Queen Quid, there's a quid saying that spinning and turning accord to the Qi and mind. Okay, so spinning and turning accord to the Qi and mind. Now you know exactly. Qi is breathing. Mind is the flow of that Qi. So Xiu Ling Tao is actually based on Mei Se Zhuang, the Mei 12 pose technology. Mei 12 pose is actually based on a fusion of the Buddhist and the Taoist technology. That's why Xiu Lim Tao is not the Shaolin type of technology. When you're dealing with this energy, it's never a Tai Chi type of stuff. It is. Okay? It is the Mei type of technology. So one need to know all these things, as why I share with you in the last few minutes today. Otherwise, it is extremely ridiculous to talk about internal, to talk about Qi, to talk about meditations, to talk about this energy, you know, all kinds of what I call bullshit. Why I get into this? You can say, well, Henry, you use a very strong language. Why? Well, because I like to study, learn from the Zen monk. One need to have a wake-up call, because it's going to damage you, it's going to damage your student, and it's going to damage other people. This will turn into the digital era. There's more suffering there already. You look at today, how many job loss, how many hours people have to work more, and there's plenty of sick people. You know, sick meaning the body is getting ill and so forth, and tired and so forth. If we cannot help people, don't screw them. That's the bottom line. Don't call ourselves Sifu for what? You know, like people say, well, I'm the reincarnation of this, I'm the Zen patriarch. Zen patriarch for what? If you have no idea what I'm talking about today, that means you have nothing about it. How are you going to develop anything? Well, even I talk about this, I learned this from many teachers, many monks and Taoist cultivator. I don't know it much. I learn. Okay? And because I learn, of course I have some control of it. If I don't have the handling of it, how can I tell you these details and put it in the in the English language? Okay? So in Silicon Valley today, this is the highest technology mecca in the entire world in this era. We have a duty to straighten this thing up, okay? To clear this up. Because this is going to influence a lot of people. We need an education. And also the university. You know, what is the point? Just get one guru inside there, check their brainwave. Well, what did they tell you? Well, this guy he can do this, that guy can do that. For what? The technology is there. People have been practicing this thing for thousands of years. Why don't look at the data and look at all this thing and see what happened? Look at the pattern. Instead of just, oh yeah, there's some magical stuff, you know, just come, you know, to my university, measure the brain wave, this. What is the point? There are genius can do things. There are talented people can do things. So how is the general public? Will the general public look born like the genius? Can I go a diabetic type 1 go eat all this the carbohydrate without inject insulin in? So this is really critical stuff because it is going to influence our health, the way how we live. Start here on, because this is already a digital era. So this is to share with you today.